Welcome back, everyone, to Crusader Kings 3, the House of Stewart. If you have not seen this playthrough up to this point, there is a link in the description that will take you back to episode 1 so you can get caught up with this crazy story that has been pretty much the wildest playthrough I've had so far. We ended last episode finally achieving the rank of a duchy. So now the Countess Sarah is now Duchess Sarah of Albany. In her final days, she's 66. Will very soon pass on her title to her son, but we will continue down through the House of Stewart. Let's take a look at our current house. Obviously, things have started to spread out quite a bit. We're mostly concerned, though, with this part right here, Duchess Sarah's line. I had 4 sons. Richard and Joseph have both since died. Pierre, my son, who is 38, is a bold lackey. I don't really know what's going on with him. He doesn't have any children. His wife's now 40, so I'm not sure we can expect that there will be children. So, unfortunately, we're probably not going to see any growth in the House of Stewart there. But I do have a grandson, Charles, who is a marshal and a knight. He's 20 years old. He's a treacherous villain, and he is the heir to the earldom of Fife, the earldom of Angus, and a couple of bishoprics as well. Count Christopher is my main heir, 47 years old. He also has 3 children of his own, including my grandson, Christopher, who is 23. So we do have those territories, those holdings down in France that we gave away to my son, and we will get back when the time comes. Man, I've lived long enough now to have a great grandson, Christopher Stewart, who's 1 year old. He's Catholic and French. I'm not crazy about the fact that my house has become French, but at some point we'll be able to do something about it. And there it is. Duchess Sarah has died at the age of 69. A conscientious woman, she was renowned for her excellent skills as a steward and a ruler. Duke Christopher ascends to the throne, a corrupt and unjust man. Many do not expect his vassals to sit idly by if the realm starts crumbling under his watch. So there I have it. We're going to go with stewardship because that's what he already was doing, and it seems to be working out pretty good. So let's go domain focus. Get rid of all that stuff and see where we're at. Okay, a few things going on here. One is we could ask the Pope for gold. He would only give us 100. I don't really think that it's worth it to do that right now. I don't really need the money. My heir is first in line to inherit a Vermandois from my wife. So my wife is the Countess of Vermandois, so that's going to automatically go to our child at the appropriate time. So I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. Let's take a look and see where that is. It's right down here. So, not endorsed by the bishop, low county control, some things we have to deal with here and there, but I'm not too worried about any of it right now. So let's take a look and see where things stand. Wife's had better days, that's for sure. I don't know what's going on there, but let's take a look and see what her problem is. She's wounded, she's a flagellant, that's why. So she beats herself to feel better. That was a thing that happened. I've got 3 kids. My daughter is only 7. My other daughter's only 4. And then I've got a 26-year-old son. So kind of interesting there. Well, we're not off to a great start. I've got consumption. Typically, consumption was used to describe what we would know today as tuberculosis, but sometimes other things. Leave me be. Honestly, I don't seem to be a very popular ruler anyway, so if I die, I die. Alright, so just like that, Duke Christopher I has died after 14 months. And so just like that, there's never a quiet moment. My son and heir Christopher is so full of questions. He's curious. Alright, so now I am Duke Christopher of Albany, 28 years old. Oh boy. I don't want to become a cannibal. What? I have been chained naked or colored, while a dozen men and women with heads of goats descended on me, biting and tearing at my skin. Suddenly I was one of them, Ripping my own flesh with sharp teeth, swallowing scraps. Yeah. God help me there. So we can negotiate some alliances. There's a lot popping up here because we just took over, so we have a lot to deal with. I'm not even unpaused at the moment, so let's negotiate these alliances real quick. We want to be in as strong a position as possible. So as I'm looking at my realm, a couple of things jump out at me. First of all, I have a problem. Of course, remember I have territories down in France too, but I'm primarily concerned with here because this is what we're trying to do, is eventually take over Scotland. So Gallic culture, that's how it's pronounced in Scotland, is my understanding, rather than Gaelic, which is what it is in Ireland. One of my many lessons I learned from being in Scotland a few weeks ago. But I am French, so we need to deal with the culture issue. So I need to find a way to make sure that that changes at some point. Secondly, most of my territory has no holdings. The only one that does currently is the Earldom of Angus, which has several things going for it. So we're going to have to start building some holdings. The problem is I have no money with which to do that. So we may have to indeed maybe seek out the Pope for some money. But right now I don't have enough piety to do that. So the way we deal with that is we need to go on a pilgrimage. That'll gain the necessary piety. It's going to cost me money, but it's going to gain me the piety that I'm going to need down the road. Because right now I've got plenty of prestige, but very little piety. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Prepare for the journey. We don't have enough to go all the way to Jerusalem, which would be the ultimate. I will go to the Vatican, which is going to put me in debt a little bit, but not so much that it'll be a major problem. So let's go ahead and see what happens with this pilgrimage. As my party passes through a small town, I notice a throng of people filling the market square. At the center, a man stands on an overturned fish cart, shouting wildly to all who listen. I saw a guy like that in Edinburgh, holding a bunch of plastic cups, screaming about being godly. The day of judgment is nigh. Repent, repent, I say, or you shall be damned for all eternity. This man is not a priest. Cast him down. Give me that 100 piety for calling him out. All right, we lost our court physician. All right. All I need is the protection of God. Let's hope that that's all I need, and I don't have any further issues. In the meantime, we need a new spy master. Oh, excellent. 15. That's good. We have arrived at the Vatican. 625 piety. Awesome. Excellent news. Now we're going to need to be able to get some money from the Pope. I am known for my devotion to my faith. Alright, so here we go. We're going to try and petition our liege. I need 100 prestige to do this, which I certainly have. We're going to ask him to help us urbanize one of our city holdings. This would be fantastic news if we can make this happen. Actually, you know what, though? Here's what I need to do first. We need to... Can we pay homage to him first? To maybe get him a little more likely to let us do that. I don't know if that's an option that's in here. We could claim his title if we have the territories to do that, but I know that was an option that was showing up for us. Let's reset everything. There we go. Pay homage. Let's do that first because that'll get him more likely to do this for us. Demonstrate submission and increase obligations. I think we're just going to demonstrate our submission. Hail the king! He gained some opinion of me. Alright, so that's good. Then we're going to need to petition him. Now we're going to go back and do the petition. See if we can get him to help us urbanize one of our counties. Let's hope. It was rejected. Spend more to have him hear me out. It didn't show me what happened with that. Oh, okay, there we go. King Andre thinks for a moment, then cries, Ansel, I require your counsel on this matter. The handsome spy master steps forward. I need to do something. Either way, he's unconvinced. Let's try this. Nothing will be refunded if construction is manually canceled. Alright, it worked. He's going to actually do it. Fantastic. Alright, so I'm going to look at my Catholic French son, Christopher. We're going to remove his current guardian. And then we're going to look for a new one. And who we're going to look for is somebody who is of the culture that I'm looking for. In this case, being Gallic. Now, I don't know if we can find anybody who is of the correct culture, but we're going to look around and see what we can find. Alright, so doing a little digging around here, I knew there had to be some way to do this. So there actually is a decision, since my capital is actually in a territory that is Gallic. There's a decision that I can make to convert to the local culture of my capital. It costs 500 prestige, which I have. And then I will... oh, that's actually the Cumbrian culture. That's not what we want. Let's move our capital. So that's Cumbrian. We're going to move it to one of the Gallic areas here. I'm thinking Dunkeld may be the place we want to go with this. So we'll go ahead and move our capital there. I don't know how much that'll cost. So let's go ahead and see what that will cost. We're going to make that our new realm capital. Now we're going to convert to local culture, which will become Gallic. Excellent. So that solves all of that. We could actually work toward forming a hybrid culture with the French, which would be very interesting. We don't have the ability to do that right now. So I actually don't like the new name now that we changed culture. We're going to actually keep it as Albany. Alright, we also changed the color to blue to make it a little easier to see. Actually, much easier to see on the map, so I like that a lot. I love some of these little customization options that you can make like that. I am sadistic. I didn't realize that, so that's hurting our piety, certainly. And now I've actually got a bigger issue with our monthly income, probably from moving the capital. We're starting to lose some money. We do need to still designate a guardian. I'm going to go with the person with the best skills, my marshal in this case. I don't want to convert him back to that culture, though. Starting the process of swaying the Pope. I currently don't have what I need in order to be able to... He's got plenty of gold, and he's gaining plenty of it. I don't have what I need to be able to ask him for gold. I'm at minus 16. There's a base reluctance there. His opinion's not great. If we can change his opinion, we'll be in good shape. And then, of course, the sinful trait of being sadistic is hurting me right now as well. You can see England has formed up nicely. Ireland has got most of the territory there. There's a Kingdom of Ireland. We've got East Francia, Leon, Aquitaine. It's interesting that more of Leon's territory is up here than it is down here. Some big territories over here in the east as well. Alright, we've got a war that's been declared on us by the Duke of Anjou. He wants some of my French territory. We really can't afford this right now. Now I can ask my head of faith for gold. It's only 100, but we're going to do it just because we need it. We're going to call some allies to the war, including my wife. We can call some house members to the war, which we're certainly going to do, where possible. I don't know if that's going to be enough without calling my own troops, which is going to kill me financially. Yes, he's only got 1,400, so I think we're actually going to be okay to do this. I haven't actually raised my own army. Let's see what the what the friends are able to bring into this. I think they might be able to fight this without me, which is really kind of not cool on my part to do. But we're up to 4,800. That is more than enough to deal with him without me having to raise my own troops and spend what little money I have. Alright, it appears we're going to have to raise the army. He just called some allies to the war, and without my troops, our allies are going to be in trouble. So it really cannot be all I have of an army as 196 men. Really? We're just still gathering. Yeah, our allies are in trouble, big time. And they're about to get caught. Yeah, my troops have been raised too late to come to their assistance. And he's about to get some help there too, so it's going to get even worse. Oh, there's an allied army coming from Linlithgow. So let's go over and try to meet up with them, because our combined forces actually might be able to take these guys on. If we can all gather up right here, he's got an army we can probably take on. If we can just catch up to him. There's actually more there than I realized. Alright, we've got 993 men coming from that army that was recently defeated. We're kind of paralleling the enemy army to try and get a little closer to our allied army, so that when we do take him on, we've got those additional troops there. Here we go. We're going to catch up to him right here. Alright, it's pretty even. We've actually got a slight advantage. This one could really go either way, but I think we've got it. Awesome. A beautiful victory that's coming for us. In the meantime, we've lost all the money that we got from the Pope. Alright, let's take a look at this victory. Actually, pretty even numbers as far as the killed on either side. Man, he's got some mean knights on that, in that army there. Herbert killed 80. Alright, we're about to catch up to him again. Let's hope we can have equal success. Oh, where'd he go? He just... Potential battle in 7 days. Okay, that's why. We're in the same territory, but no battle is actually happening so far. Here it comes. Alright, once again, pretty even numbers. This time, though, it seems like he's got an advantage on me. My marshal has been injured. But we're going to win this battle. Alright. Now we're laying siege. Again, the killed are pretty even, so even though we're winning significant victories, it's not helping us in the long run because we're not bringing down his numbers significantly compared to ours, so that's disappointing. Herbert, man, we got to take that guy out. He was wounded, but he killed 128. His knights are just fantastic. Okay, new alliance. I have betrothed my son, Christopher, to the daughter of a count. I'm hoping this will help. If we can go ahead and call him to the fight. Oh, he will not accept. Ah. The guy I just made the alliance with is a lover of the Duke that I'm at war with. So he won't do it. Ah. I did not even think to check to see if the person I was making my alliance with was a lover of the person I was fighting the war with. That's just not the kind of thing you typically think about, really. We do have the ability to get a ransom for a captive that's going to gain us a little bit of temporary funds that will help pay for the war for a few more months. But in the meantime, still pretty even numbers on either side, but we are winning the war. We've just got to hunt down this army again after we finish this siege. Okay, we just caught up to his army again. We do have allies on the way, but this one's going to come down to the wire. Alright, we got help just when we needed it. I think that's the last fight. What about this one? Okay, we lost 193. We killed 352 that time. The Duke of Anjou is the commander of that army, which that's why we need to try and take him out, because if I can defeat that army and take the Duke, then the war ends. That's really what we need to do. Alright, I just betrothed my youngest sister to Prince Hamlin of Lotharingia, who has a claim on some kingdoms, but most importantly, gives me a powerful new ally in the region to deal with this war. Or so I would think. We'll see how many men he actually... Really? He only has 351 men? Oh my goodness. I am striking out on the allies. Alright, so our ally got caught in a fight before we could get there. And now we're in a battle where we definitely do not have the numbers, and I think we're going to probably lose this one. It's not looking good at the moment. And I fear that since when we won victories, our losses were still pretty high, I fear what it's going to look like from a loss. My spy master injured again. Alright, let's see how bad it is. Yeah, see, he only lost 322 to my 1140. This battle is just... This war's not going well. He's going to accept a white peace, though, which is really all we were after. So that was ugly, but I think it worked in the end. I just inherited Fife. Did he die? He must have been wounded. Yeah, he died from his wounds, and that caused Fife. So that actually kind of worked out in our favor because we inherited some new territory because of it. There it is, white peace. Alright, we got to disband the army as soon as we can. At least we're going to have a little bit of money now. Oh boy. I've gained the trait ill. Send for the physician now. Both of them fail to impress me. No court physician. We'll see what happens. Take our chances. Demand payment for hooks. That'll actually be really helpful. Alright, looks like I got past that. Okay. Alright, so here's the situation now. Let's take a look at House Stewart, which we're about to become a noteworthy dynasty. In the meantime, my son Christopher is now 10 years old. My sisters, Charles is my cousin. That was my uncle Richard's son, who died without children, which is why the title got left to me. So you can see here, we still control all this territory. We don't control the stuff in the middle. Eventually, I'd very much like to, but that would mean going to war with the King of Scotland again. Okay, we're going back to the Liege to petition for something. We're going to ask him to underwrite a temple this time. He accepted it. Excellent news. Awesome. So he's going to spend 400 gold in order to start construction of a temple in Aberfeldy. Very cool. Oh boy. To the evil Duke Christopher. They want to fight. Let me take a look real quick at the faction power. They've only got 11% of my military power. Not going to happen, dude. Just not going to happen. Where's the uprising? It must be down here in France. 220. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I can't raise them there, though. Ah, that means I got to raise them up here and send them down there. That's going to cost. Darn it. Okay. Well, I could have just called my allies to do this. That'll do it. Well, just like that, I didn't even go down there and look, but we won the war in the peasant uprising. So it's good to have allies on the continent. That certainly helps. In the meantime, I'm looking to see what else we can do. Looks like my sister can marry. The question is who? Actually, we want to do this matrilineally as possible. I love intermarrying with the House of Carlin because I'm hoping if we do that often enough, eventually we'll get some member of our dynasty to claim that title. Looking for opportunities now for investment. I'm looking at Fife at the moment, and we're just looking for things that are going to help add to our income for long term. Farms and Fields is a good place to start. It's going to take 3 years to build that. I've just got the one child, which is a bit of a concern, because let's take a look real quick at the house. If for some reason Christopher dies, the territory, or the line then goes through. I mean, we've got my uncle Pierre who has no children. I guess it has to go through one of my sisters. At least in this case, I think she is in a matrilineal marriage, so it might have to go there. Well then, it looks like at the moment, the King of Scotland has very weak position. I wonder if we could actually put a claim on the Kingdom of Scotland. I'm not sure I can, because I'm still a vassal of the King of Leon for some reason. But let's take a look and see. Is it possible to get a claim on that title? I could request one from the Pope in exchange for piety, but he will not accept. We're not even close to being able to accept that. However, that doesn't mean we can't go to war with the King of Scotland to claim titles that are a part of my duchy. We're certainly going to do that to kind of solidify things. That hole in the center of our donut has been bothering me for a while now. So let's start by calling house members to the war. We've got a lot of people that we can rely on for this. My allies are going to get sick of me because I keep calling them to wars, but it's just the way it goes. Okay, King of Scotland just does not have much in the way of an army. I can pretty much beat him by myself. But the allies certainly won't hurt. Lots of people saying yes, that they'll come join us. That's a neutral army that's just passing through. I think this one will go pretty fast. We're still trying to sway the Pope to get him a little more on our side. Alright, we have a new Dynasty Legacy. We're going to go with House of Warriors. It's going to give us +2 prowess and 15% bonus to our knight effectiveness moving forward. It is 989 AD. We've got a long, slow process of laying siege to his territory, but we're about to get it. There it is. Okay. We've actually got the king. So now, here's the question. What do we do with him? I guess we let him go as a part of the agreement, which is totally fine. We do have other prisoners, though, including, it looks like, some of his sons. That's kind of interesting. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do about that. Seems like 20 gold is too little for princes, 3 of whom I have. Are those all his sons? Man, that's fascinating if it is. Actually, he's got... Those must be like nephews or something. Because that's his daughter. He just has daughters. Okay. Alright, I have too many holdings at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and pass the newly conquered territory down to my son. That way when I die and he inherits, I'll get it right back. So let's go ahead and negotiate an alliance with him in the meantime. And I guess we'll probably go ahead and ransom these prisoners. Okay, and just like that, we just inherited the county of Vermandois from the Countess of Vermandois, which came with it some money. That really helps a lot, actually. Let's take a look and see where we're at now. So Vermandois, let's take a look and see what our territory looks like at this point. We've got this up here, we've got this down here. So this must be Vermandois right here that we just inherited. It is. So we're still got those couple of French holdings there, but we're getting to the place now where we're going to be as powerful in Scotland as the king. In fact, we kind of already knew that, but at some point I want to be able to actually claim his throne, but we're going to have to be able to break away from our current liege to be able to do that, and I don't think we're anywhere near being able to do that. He's got 11,000 soldiers he can call on. So we're nowhere near being able to declare independence. That's going to take a long time. But in the meantime, we're going to wrap it up right there. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below, and we will be back again with another episode. Thanks for watching.